Fear is that it could now have a domino effect, encouraging other separatists across Europe. Catalonia is not the only region of Spain with its eyes on independence. The Basque Country and Galicia also have secessionist movements, while in France some Corsicans want to break away. In northern Italy, Veneto and Lombardy recently voted for greater autonomy, while separatists in Germany want their own state in Bavaria. And, of course, in the United Kingdom, we've already seen one referendum on independence in Scotland.
How the world reacted to Friday's events on Spain and Catalonia. The political uncertainty is also closely watched by the international community, and especially the European Union, as a potential Catalan independence would represent the greatest threat to the bloc's unity since Britain's decision to leave in July 2016. United States. Washington also weighed in, saying it backed Madrid's efforts to keep the country united. Catalonia is an integral part of Spain, and the United States supports the Spanish government's constitutional measures to keep Spain strong and united. Heather Nauert, U.S. State Department spokeswoman, said in a statement. United Kingdom. UK Prime Minister Theresa May's office said Britain does not and will not recognise the Catalan Regional Parliament's declaration of independence, which is based on a vote that was declared illegal by the Spanish courts. But the Scottish Government, led by Nicola Sturgeon's pro-independence Scottish National Party, criticised Madrid for refusing dialogue and said imposition of direct rule cannot be the solution. We understand and respect the position of the Catalan government, Fiona Hislop, Scotland's External Affairs Minister, said in a statement. While Spain has the right to oppose independence, the people of Catalonia must have the ability to determine their own future. Today's declaration of independence came about only after repeated calls for dialogue were refused, she added. Turkey. Ömer Çelik, Turkey's European Union minister, also added his voice to those calling for Spanish unity. In a televised interview with Turkey's Channel 24, Çelik described the Catalan parliament's decision to declare independence as wrong. We do not find Catalonia's declaration of independence legitimate, he said. Turkey will continue to support Spain's territorial integrity, constitution and political unity. Germany, Europe's strongest economy, said it backs Spanish unity and does not recognize Catalonia's unilateral declaration of independence. The German federal government does not recognize such an independence declaration, German Chancellor Angela Merkel's spokesman, Stefan Seibert, said in a statement posted on Twitter. The sovereignty and territorial integrity of Spain are and always will be inviolable, he added. We hope that those involved will use all available opportunities for dialogue under a European Union, in line with the European Union's long-held position that the standoff in Catalonia is an internal matter for Spain. Donald Tusk, the President of the European Council, said that the Catalan Parliament's declaration had changed nothing. For his part, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker said the bloc does not need any more splits. I wouldn't want the European Union be made up of 95 states tomorrow, broadcaster BFM TV quoted him as saying. Antonio Tajani, President of the European Parliament, said in a statement posted on Twitter that nobody in the European Union will recognise the Catalan vote.
Our Europe correspondent Mark Stone is in Brussels, where the EU is deciding on its response to the crisis.
Officially, at least, they see this as illegal, as illegitimate, as not representative, and as an internal problem for Spain. But it's quite clearly much, much more than that. It is a problem for the whole of Europe, as you've just outlined. There are movements right across this continent who will have been watching with some significant interest to see what happened in Catalonia and, crucially, what will happen now. And that is why we've seen the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, making quite clear that there is only one interlocutor that the EU sees, and that is Madrid, Jean-Claude Juncker, the President of the European Commission, has said something similar, although interestingly 6 weeks ago he was caught somewhat off guard and back then suggested that the EU would in fact support Catalan independence. Clearly that wasn't, it was a slip of the tongue. Perhaps he was quickly corrected on that and has since said that he does not want to see an EU in 15 years' time that has hundreds of different states. He says it's hard enough dealing with 27 states. But this is clearly a big moment for Europe. This is the Catalan representation here in the heart of Brussels. We're just a few yards from the European Commission. The man who is boss here, or who was boss here until this afternoon, has now been sacked. He won't be turning up for work on Monday morning. This is one of the few Catalan representations which will remain open. But this is a very, very difficult time for Europe. One final thought: the last time Europe, or the European continent, went through this was 2008. It was Kosovo, then it split from Serbia. Back then Serbia was leaning towards Russia. Pretty much all of Europe then supported Kosovo's unilateral declaration of independence. One country didn't, that was Spain.